Hi, this is Marshall Malmberg. The instructional technology tool I'm going to be demonstrating today is a triangle trigonometry calculator. I am choosing this because I have students that have to calculate lighting angles and distance of how far the light travels, and it just tends to cause my students problems figuring out exactly where to place their lights, what the resulting angle will be. Even though they do get the formulas to figure it out, we do have them figured out by hand. It'd be nice for them to have a way to verify if they're correct. And if also they're traveling or something like that and they don't have access to all the tools or have the time to figure out the angles, they can use this calculator and figure things out. The ISTE standards that I'm using for educators are 5B, Design Authentic Learning Activities, that align with content area standards and use digital tools and resources to maximize active, deep learning and create learning opportunities that challenge students to use a design process and computational thinking to innovate and solve problems. So, quick introduction on how this works. The reason I'm using trigonometry calculator is our lighting is figured off of right angles. And right here is a real basic idea of how it works. We have a person right here. That person is standing on a stage. Usually it's a couple feet high, maybe 4 feet high. And then you have lights. You have lighting from a front angle and a back angle. Now it shows 45 degrees here, but for our purposes, we actually light at 30 degrees instead of 45 degrees. We're not looking for the dramatic shadows that 45 degrees gives you. We're looking for a more flat look, and that 30 degrees does the job. And our backlights, we go for a 60-degree angle, and that angle goes up here. So this resulting angle will be 60 degrees, and this angle is 30 degrees. So in order to help them figure out what distances and angles that they're going to get with their resulting room setups, I went to Google, did a trigonometry calculator. I looked through several of them, and the one that worked the best is here from PageTutor. It's www.pagetutor.com/trigcalc/trig.html. It once again is not the most I'll say it's not the most advanced thing in the world. However, the goal of this is to help my students learn what works best. So this is new to them. It's new to me. So this is what I'm going to go with. So let's say we're trying to figure out, trying to get the ideal 30-degree angle for that person that's standing on the stage in this triangle. The B represents how far away the light is from the person that's standing right here. There'll be a light, and usually we mount ours on the floor, but in a bigger event, they get hung by professionals. A is the height, how high the light is from the person's face or head or however you want to look at it, and not from the floor. And then C is the distance that the light has to travel to illuminate the person. So if I know that I have, we'll say, a 25-foot ceiling, what I would do is I'd take 25 feet, but I'd subtract 6 feet for a person, which is 19, and 2 feet for a stage, which is 17. So A has now become 17. My angle, I want 30 degrees. 30 degrees is ideal. So now that I hit calculate, what happens is, what I know now is that my light has to be, in order to get that 30 degrees, I have to get 30 feet away. And if I get 30 feet away, I'll get my 30 degrees, and the lighting throw will be 34 feet away. And that's how far the light will travel in order to illuminate the subject. However, what happens quite often is you do not get that in a perfect world. What you get is you're putting your lights here, whether you like it or not, and this is how tall the ceiling is. So let's just say, oops, I didn't mean to do that. So in this case, I'll get rid of this, and this, and fail, and this. All right. So let's say I can put my lights on the floor maybe 15 feet away. So that's a 15. Well, say I have ground supported lights. So they maybe go tops 8 feet high, maybe 10 feet high. We'll say 10 feet. So what's going to happen is this person, if it's only 10 feet high, we still have to subtract 6 feet. Hopefully the person's on the floor. So we'll make it 4 feet. So A is 4 feet. So the lights go 10 foot high. You get rid of the 6 feet for the person. So you got that. You calculate. And what happens is the light travels 15.5 feet. However, my angle is only 15 degrees. So how I'll use this is for my students to be aware that they're not getting to a 30-degree angle. They're going to be in half. So this light is going to be at a very severe low angle as shown over here. And you have to be very careful to not place this in a direction that the person speaking from the stage is going to look into it. So if there's something that the person on the stage is looking into, reading a speech, looking at the cameras, you need to make sure that these lights, because they're such a low angle, are not directly in the line of sight of those places that person is going to look. So that's basically how it works. And I know I was looking at a backlight. The only difference is the backlight, you get 60 degrees, so you can add some theoretical things. Like I know that the angle is going to be 60 degrees, and I can put my lights maybe 10 feet away from the person. So great, 10 feet. Calculate. So I know that my light will have to be a little over 17 feet high to get that perfect light and that backlight, which will light their shoulders nice and it'll look good. So the purpose of this, once again, it's to show how adjusting your lighting angles and the distance of lights can affect your final result, whether your angle is more severe than you'd like or you're not getting the height, all of that, how it all works together. The audience is my students, my coworkers, and as well former students or people already traveling. They have a tool that they can use to look up these angles. And the finished product of this is a pretty simple tool, but what I'll do is I have them set it up in practice in our auditorium, and then they can see for themselves the actual consequence of the choices of where they decide to place their lights. That's all I have for now. Thank you very much.